In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you the blend brush. This is the only brush I'm going to use to do my makeup today. On my face, with the exception of my lashes, is coming from this compact from Seint, so it makes it really easy because everything's right there at my fingertips. The first thing you're going to want to do is apply a primer on your face to just be a nice base for your makeup to go on so it goes on smoothly. I recommend our setting spray. You can use it as a primer before you apply your makeup. So I've already gone ahead and sprayed that on my face. So the first product that I'm actually going to go into is this darkest color right here. So this is my 3D foundation from Seint. So what that means is we have 3 tins of product. They're all cream, thin cream that's going to give you coverage, but it's not going to look fake looking. It won't settle into your pores. It's going to look flawless. It will look like a natural layer of skin. So the first product I'm going to go into is my darkest cream right here. This is a contour, and we're going to place it on my face strategically to give coverage, but most important to give dimension to my face. So this is actually going to make my face look thinner than what it is because we're going to place it strategically. Watch where I apply it. I know, that looks crazy, right? So the cool thing is it's a cream, and with this application method I'm doing, it's actually helping it melt even more since it is a cream, and that's gonna help it blend better. So it looks really extreme at first, but I promise you gotta trust the process, it will get better. So that is my contour. I placed it on my cheekbones where my cheekbone starts to where it stops. And I do that because it's going to draw the eye upward. It's going to lift the eye, making me appear thinner. It is giving me more prominent cheekbones. So you can start it right here and bring it all the way to where it stops. You don't want to go too low over here because the whole point is we're drawing the eye upward. We're giving ourselves an instant facelift that costs $14, and that tin will last you many, many months. The third place I applied my contour is along my forehead. I started where my temple to temple, right there. You can see it. That is actually going to give me coverage. If you apply it this way and you use your finger, you can always build on this. This is cream makeup, so it's blendable and it's buildable. Then the fourth place I applied my contour is earlobe to earlobe, right along my jawline. So this is going to give me a more prominent jawline. It's also going to hide any double chin I may have. The next product I'm going to add to my face, I'm going to start filling in the gaps. Remember, I told you I'm strategically applying my makeup. I do that for a reason. Less is more. A lot of people get scared about using makeup because they think it means they have to really cake it on, and that's not the case, especially with our brand of Seint's 3D foundation. It's our highlights. So this is a main highlight. It's closest to my actual skin tone right in here. This is my accent highlight. I'm going to be placing that strategically to act as concealer. So I'm going to start filling in the gaps, and this is my main highlight. I'm going to apply it where I see that I need coverage. Everybody's going to be different, but you won't see me apply my main highlight where I've already applied my contour. There's no point in layering your makeup. So less is more. So watch where I apply my main highlight. So it looks silly, but it's like paint by number. You're gonna apply your main highlight, filling in the gaps. You're gonna apply it where you feel like you need coverage. So for me, that's gonna be in the middle of my forehead, right below that contour. My nose gets really red. On both sides of my nose, around my chin, a little bit around my upper lip, and then right here underneath my contour. Now I didn't go too high up in here because I'm gonna apply my accent highlight there, so there's no point for me to layer that. Speaking of accent highlight, that's the last step of our placing our 3D foundation. So this is just going to be a lighter, brighter shade, and that is for a reason. So contour mimics shadow. It absorbs light. Highlight is going to reflect light. And so that is reflecting light as my main highlight, giving me coverage, but my accent highlight's really going to reflect light, which is good. So that's going to brighten up certain areas on our face. I'm just gonna take my finger and apply my accent highlight where I went to Brightening. So I apply my accent highlight underneath my eyes. I do the inner corner right here, and then I do a little bit right there to draw the eye upward. I filled in the gaps by just applying some of my T-zone right here to brighten, straight down on my upper lip, my chin, and a little in this pocket here just to make my contour along my cheekbone really pop. So it looks crazy at first, but what I love about this method is my skin has just been absorbing that cream and helping it melt, so it will blend beautifully. And speaking of blending, this is where one of our double-ended brushes comes in handy. You are going to want to make sure you're using one of our double-ended brushes from Seint to blend your makeup. So you could take your brush and dip it in your product and apply it on there, and that's actually a lot less, it's a better way of applying your makeup because you're not taking your finger and it may have bacteria or germs on there and all of that. But I wanted to show you for the sake of easy peasy. But I'm going to use the blend brush today. This is one of my favorite brushes to apply and blend my makeup. So I am first going to take my fluffier end of the blend brush and I'm just going to start blending in my makeup. I'm going to focus first on my highlights and just blending. You'll see I'm not going to swipe. I'm just going to softly blend that makeup together and it's going to blend like a dream. You could continue to use this fluffy end of the blend brush to blend the rest of your makeup. What I like about the double-ended brushes is they all have different purposes. So I'm going to switch ends to that smaller tip of the blend brush and just start lightly blending in the more petite areas of my face. When it comes to blending your contour, I like to save that last just because it's the darker of the three creams. You could use either end of the brush. The key is blending up when it comes to your contour. So what that contour on the cheekbone, you want to make sure you're blending it up so it draws the eye upward, that you're blending that line up into your hairline so it blends beautifully. And also along the jawline, you want to make sure you blend it. You can blend this one down a little bit into your neck. Important step that you definitely don't want to skip is using your perfector sponge. So this is our sponge. I get it wet with water and squeeze the excess water out. You are going to lightly bounce this on your makeup, and what it will do is three things. It will push the cream in to make it look more natural looking. It will pick up any excess makeup off, which means if you've applied too much makeup, it's going to get that excess makeup off, which you want. It will make it look more natural, and it will also help so it shouldn't feel tacky whatsoever. And then the third thing, it will continue blending your makeup, which blending is key. The brushes do a beautiful job blending the makeup, but I always recommend finishing it off with our perfector. So I've set my makeup with a setting powder so I have more of a matte finish. You can see I finished applying a little bit of my eyeshadow right underneath my eyes and then applied a little bit of mascara. I'm wearing these four awesome powder eyeshadows from Seint. I love our eyeshadows because they last all day. They are the best. The cool thing is you get to pick and choose which eyeshadows you want to pop into your compact. So now I'm going to move on and add some warmth to my face. I could totally leave my house like this, but something's missing, right? I need a little bit of color. Let's add some warmth on my face with bronzer and some blush on my cheeks for a flush of color. So this is my bronzer. This is our cream bronzer. It is gorgeous. It won't give you an orange glow. It's going to give you a natural looking tan look. So your bronzer looks very similar to your contour. They are both creams, but this mimics a shadow and your bronzer is going to give you warmth. So I'm going to continue using my blend brush. I'm gonna go into my bronzer and I'm gonna apply it where the sun would naturally touch my face. So every face shape is different, but a general rule of thumb for applying your bronzer, one, when you're holding your brush, no matter what brush you're blending it out with, hold it from the other end so you give a lighter application, even with the blend brush. I like to apply my bronzer right above my contour. I never apply my bronzer with my finger just because it's really pigmented. I just tap my brush in there and then apply it. So I have my bronzer on the high points of my cheekbone, and then I like to apply it on my forehead, right where the sun would naturally touch it. I keep this space empty because that's where I have my accent highlight. That's where I want it to pop and be bright. If your neck is a lot lighter than your face, make sure the two match up so you don't have one shade of your makeup on your face and then your neck's really a different color. So you can use your bronzer as a self tanner. Just apply it right on your neck like that, easy peasy. Now I'm gonna add a little bit of flush of color to my face. So all of our lip and cheeks come in different finishes. We have glosses and semi-glosses and then satin finishes. What I love about our lip and cheeks, you can mix them. They blend gorgeous because they're cream products. They give you that flush of color. We have really bold colors that are really dark or pinks. I like to keep it on the neutral side with my blush just because I normally do my eyes up like this. So I like where it's, I don't want to have a really bold eye, really bold blush, really bold lips. I like to keep my blush and my lip color a little bit more muted. So I'm going to go into this gorgeous color right here. This is Frenchie. I'm going to tap my blend brush right into Frenchie and start softly applying it on the apple of my cheeks and upward and give my face a flush of color. The beautiful thing about that being cream is you can always build on it. So that's why I always start off softly and I keep adding more to get the look that I want. I'm now going to apply my lip color. So I could use Frenchie on my lips. It is a lip and cheek, so that means it functions as a lipstick. I'm going to go into this gloss finish. This is basically a glossy version of the color I just put on my cheeks for blush Frenchie. This is Desert Sunset. I'm just going to take my finger and apply it like this. Powder illuminators are really pigmented. They do function great as an eyeshadow. This is one of my favorite powder ones. This is Georgia. It is a nice gold shimmery powder that you can apply on the high points of your cheekbones. So I'm going to take my blend brush and just go right into here and softly apply a little bit of that illuminator for a catch of light. That is my look for today. Easy peasy. So I strategically applied my foundation in one layer and blended it all out with one brush. This is the blend brush. If you don't own it, I highly recommend it. It is my favorite brush out of all of our brushes for blending and applying bronzer, blush, and illuminator. And I love to use it in the summertime because it gives an airbrush effect to your makeup. If you need to get started with Seint and you don't know what foundation shades to pick, let me help you with that. We can get you color match. Reach out to me and I'm going to color match you to the right main highlight, contour, and accent highlight to give your face coverage. I can help you one-on-one with color correcting like I did for my dark circles and my rosacea. We can color correct other things if you have melasma or any scars. I added Arbella bronzer for warmth on my face, and then I finished it off with some blush, Frenchie on my cheeks, and one of our lip and cheeks, Desert Sunset, on my lips for a natural lip, and then Georgia powder illuminator for a catch of light. So if you have any questions about how I did my makeup or you need help, reach out. I'd love to help you and show you how easy you can do your makeup in a matter of minutes.